Um, I have an announcement to make at the end of stream as well. But speaking of that, yeah, just go straight into it. Just go straight into it.
Oh, hey, what's up?
So, you guys are at the shop. Who was interested in getting stuff? I know Zypher was. And Kadir. Okay.
I would just get potions.
Potions?
If I could find any better armor than just my basic studded leather armor, I might buy it depending on the price. But since I had to give up the studded leather in order to get the brace to the defense, then I will be on the lookout for better armor.
Magical or just better armor?
Probably magical because I can only wear light as a rogue.
Right. Okay.
Because studded is the best I can get as a basic rogue.
So I'll start off with Kyle real quick. What kind of potions are you looking for? Healing or mana? Or
mana.
He has 2 mana potions, 300 gold each.
300 each?
Yeah.
250 each, and I'll buy both.
Make a charisma check. Make a persuasion check.
24.
Master Douglas doesn't like it when he gets all. Master Dog, yeah, gets haggled like this. Okay, fine. 250, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah.
And then, do you want any healing or no? He only has 2 graders and 4 regulars left in the stocks today.
All right, I will buy all of it.
Okay. The potions of healings, the regulars are 65 apiece, and then the graders are 120.
Okay, you said 2 and then 4?
2 and then 4.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. We'll go over to what did you need, Nick? And I'll go.
I'm just looking for some arrows at the moment.
Just resupply normal arrows.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't have a lot of money on me.
So. Yeah. How much arrows can you buy?
If it's a standard price, I can buy quite a. Okay.
Standard price. Yeah.
I believe regular arrows are.
Normal arrows?
Yeah, normal arrows, they're like 0.05 gold.
Let me see.
So like 5 copper.
Arrows
Cost
are
is-
1 gold piece.
Really?
Oh, so in this one they would be if they're just normal arrows, I would say like 5 silvers, half a gold.
Half a gold.
Unless you wanna haggle him.
I mean, like how many am I getting for that?
1 per silver, right?
Okay.
No, it'd be 1 per
2 per gold.
2 per gold. Yes, it'd be 2. Yeah, just 2 gold. So just 2 per gold.
I have 5 gold.
Okay, so you have 10 arrows.
Well, I also have a lot of silver though.
So what do you want? And yeah, you figure it out, okay? Because that's all you're buying right now.
Hey.
All right.
So
he has enough to give you. I'm assuming.
So how much silver takes 1 arrow?
So it's 5 silvers an arrow. It's half a gold piece.
Okay.
That's what you're asking.
Yes.
Okay. Math, ladies and gentlemen, in an imaginary game. So, Kemdir, what were you looking for? And then we'll go to you.
I wanted to see what I could. I'm looking for like some sort of magical utility items, depending on what he has in stock. I still want to trade the +2 greatsword, the Scorned Heart breastplate, and Give and Take. I want to see what I can, see if he has,
So right now, currently,
what his hidden, maybe top shelf stuff. I don't know.
He's not like that. He's not like that. He sells what he makes or has.
Yeah, I don't
know. So he has this large rare maul. He has this rare flail. It's a pound world made. A sickle. a disc of some sorts, a large steel disc, a short sword. These are magical, by the way. A big magical tome, a crescent-tipped spear, a beautiful longbow. You do not see the grace blade in its case. Pound World heavy flail, a Pound World arcane falchion, brigandine armor from Pound World, and then wands and a staff. That's pretty much he has today.
What does he have any armaments, or is it just the Pound World armor?
The only armor he has is the Pound World brigandine armor. Currently,
what does this short sword do?
the short sword. This sword can. The sword can apparently not only damage the flesh, but it can also damage the mind.
And how much is that going for?
2,200.
2,200. I would. Is it? Does it require attunement or no? No. Okay. I would like to. Would I be able to trade the +2 greatsword for the short sword?
No, it's not worth it. Cause it's only +2.
What about the Scorned Heart breastplate?
What's the rarity on the Hornheart?
It's a blue.
So that's a rare.
Rare.
Go
Because you said the
ahead and
sword
make
was rare.
a go ahead and make a charisma check for me.
All right. I'm gonna use the hero point and just like, you can do it. I'm terrible at persuasion, dude.
The hero points in general.
Yeah.
Just so funny.
Girls club, yeah, girls club. Club, yeah, girls club. I
Draw.
himself.
All right.
Katie's pregnant.
So persuasion, yes, +2. I get advantage.
It's good.
Okay, I literally rolled a 12 and a 13, so that's my luck. So 15.
15. That's a nice piece of armor. Okay, yeah, I'll take the trade.
All right.
Nice.
Woo.
There you go.
And then I'll remove the that.
Oh, I saw your message, Dom. I'll get back to it whenever.
Done for. Yeah, no rush. It's just for
I know it's for your for future
later on. Yeah,
future peak. Future peak.
because that specific is going to decide whether I do the one thing or the other thing.
Future peak. Yeah, I got
Yeah.
you.
If Peak has a future.
Future peak.
I mean, as long
Wow.
as she doesn't die, I have big things planned
Clearly,
for her.
she's not going to live from that.
I'm
part.
just saying.
Assassination games.
Zypher has no trust in Pete.
This is assassination classroom now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Who can we kill off first?
Who can we kill? Yeah, cool. I gave you the stats on the sword of mind burning.
Ooh.
Sword of mind burning.
All right.
And yes, Alistair is the great scion. He's also the king of Ferelden.
Ooh. Oh God.
Let's do it.
Alistair as a psionic mage lord. Yes, I would give for a comic book of Alistair from Dragon Age. Anything else? Did you
Where's the
want
blight
to-
we gotta fight?
The blight? Oh, it's coming.
Are there any
It's gonna see you build.
Are there any utility items?
I unfortunately don't have anything of I would assume dungeoneering and exploring, so of that nature. Unless you're looking for something more specific in terms of utility, like a specific utility.
I'm just gonna lean forward. It's like, this doesn't seem like something that you would do carry, but do you know
Do you
of
sell
anywhere?
cock rings?
No. Do you by chance sell?
What?
Cock rings.
That's what I thought I heard. Okay.
Yeah, I was just like,
Oh,
No,
warming,
no.
self-lubricating, and vibrating kind. Thank you.
Damn, that sounds edgy, dude.
Edgy.
All right.
on topic. Back on topic.
My brain hurts.
Anywho,
There is a shield that can fly that I have.
No,
Ability for utility. I
okay.
have he's looking through all these weapons. Well,
I got weapons.
Oh,
I
here's a
got
cock ring.
weapons.
I got arms and oh, look at this.
Cock ring.
Oh, look at he pulls out this cylindrical
imagine
rubber.
that.
No,
It's the ring of protection, except it's not for your AC.
No, I was wondering, do you by chance have a bag that could have different kinds of spices depending on need, much like and I'll pat the I'll
He
pat
backs away from you as soon as you say spices and gives you like the dirtiest look.
I mean for cooking.
Why do you say it like that?
Aren't they spices?
Okay, what are you looking for? Bags of spices? Like magical spices?
I mean, if you can have them all in one bag without having them.
That's
mixed
impossible,
together.
even with magic.
Oh.
No, I don't have that kind of thing. I don't. I don't know
Okay.
who would, unless you go to Torcon or another major city.
Okay, that was my curiosity. And also, do you have, by chance, gloves that would help with sleight of hands?
I have no. Unfortunately, I have any magical gloves of the sort besides normal riding leather gloves.
Or do you by chance have any other? Do you sell any other just I as a person don't know how to explain it. Like, more along the lines of like a miscellaneous
What you
like
got in your junk
magic
drawer,
items.
bro?
A lot like like with the what I'm looking for is more along the lines of like the watch that Zypher is in possession of, which I was planning on getting back from him, but something like that. It doesn't have to be like major arcana or anything like that. Like that's specifically what I'm kind of looking
Yeah,
for.
I know. I knew what you meant by utility. So when I was looking through, I'm looking through the list right now. Like I have nothing of that nature. I literally just have.
Okay.
Like for today, I just have wand, staff, and armor weapons. And usually accustomed to perform like Pound World.
I put the wand of finery in his fucking pocket if he's looking for something like that. Like just.
There's actually a wand of finery for sale. Yeah.
I have one.
I know you got one from the Air Ganassi, I know.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, other than that, well, okay, how about this? I have a rod of augury. Once a day, you can use the wand to determine the outcome of a proposed plan. And that's obviously the consideration of the DM. It works as a wheel and woe type thing, like wood colors, it's changing of the moons. So I mean, it's up to your own discretion, and it's also based on luck. Because sometimes the information isn't as specific as you would want it to be, as he sort of describes to you the mechanics of this augury, which at first glance you're like, oh, augury, oh shit. But it is quite specific. If that's honestly the other, in terms of other things besides combat, or whatever items he has on him. Yeah.
Do you know of any places in the city by chance that do sell like those types of utility items? I know you're one of the finest, but I'm not looking directly necessarily for just combat.
Your best bet is to search the color wheel markets, or you take a visit to that late night shop in the center of the market.
Okay.
If you're looking for those kinds of things.
Okay.
They didn't have much utility that you'd be looking for, Kimdir.
I have nobody has told me what's inside that. I don't even know what's inside.
Peak is telling you that because from the trip that she took with your shit, that there wasn't much utility items that you'd be looking for. So if you're she's saying in character, if you're looking for something, maybe the color wheel market might have something, but the shop doesn't have really anything that you'd be accustomed to.
Excellent. Well, that'll be all then. And I'll hold the sword and I don't know, wiggle it around, see what it does.
It's a well crafted like straight edge saber. It's not like fully curved. But
Okay.
it has the beginnings of one. It's like an old school officer sword back then.
Okay.
Almost like a cutlass, I guess. But it has this slight blue hue when it hits the light at a certain angle.
Okay.
And when you move it a little bit, it does give this mirage type feel in your mind. It has that sort of drawing effect. But obviously, you're not hitting yourself with it, so
Yeah.
you're not going to be taking a mental sword to the brain. Which is what would happen. Which is what would happen as the item does mental damage.
Ooh.
Cypher, did you want to get anything else besides those arrows? And I'm assuming you got all the arrows.
Could I exchange this this long sword that I have for a rapier?
Let me see what the rapier is worth, or what the great sword is. What kind of
Great sword
is
is
it?
like 15, or not great sword, long sword.
A long sword. Okay.
Rapier costs 25 gold, and a long sword is
Yeah, he'll
15.
He'll trade you one for sure.
Cool.
Balfrin, thank you for the follow, bud.
Hey, boyfriend.
Balfrin. Balfrin.
So yeah. Anything else?
No, I already got my arrows. So.
Peak. There was really no other armor besides mundane, studded leather or leather, the best you can get. No magical armor of light or medium any sorts today.
I don't have proficiency with medium, so that is fine. If on the way back, we can swing back Hollywood Market just to see if they have anything.
In terms of armor,
If
it's fine. I can just do it right now. We just do it right now. I'm
yeah,
not gonna
just TLDR it.
Okay.
Magical light. If not anything, then that's fine.
Magical light. What do you mean, like?
Because I only have proficiency with light armor, and I already have studded leather.
Light.
So like
light armor. Sorry,
anything
I thought you
that's not.
you meant illumination.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Yes.
For sure. All right.
No. So if they don't have anything magical, I'm not even gonna waste my fucking time.
Cool. All right. Well, then we'll go ahead and set out. Then, unless you guys have anything else they'd want to buy, pick up, you will be taking, or you can use your wagon if you want to, but you could also use Essential wagon. So it's the same exact wagon as yours. It's just doesn't have all the shit in there. By the way, you still have shit. Still have shit in that wagon.
Yeah, we'll keep the wagon at the Monarch, and then we'll just take Essential since it's empty.
Sure.
I found this lost dog outside the Colorado Market. I don't know what's gonna happen with him, but I want to keep him.
Let's see.
Ooh.
I'm gonna hold on to Stitches the Moon Cat the entire time.
Okay. All right. Well. So it is all of you. Okay. So, Essential knows the roads pretty well up north, and as you guys are making your way out of the city of Austerith,
I would like to note that I'm taking my riding horse.
Okay, so yeah, I was gonna ask, Maria, are you taking your horse too, or no?
No. If I don't need to, if I could just ride it, no.
Yeah, you can all fit.
Everywhere.
Everyone
Yeah.
can fit.
Then I'll just keep my horse with a wagon.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the Monarch.
So Cypher's, and then Kendra, you want to?
Are we taking the wagon? Just
No, you guys are using Essential wagon.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I'll
And
take.
our horses.
Yeah. Then I'll
I'm gonna
just
ride
ride.
Essentials wagon.
Yeah. Same
Sure.
here.
Okay. And then Cypher, you're just gonna only want to take a horse.
Yeah.
Do you want to ride out? Do you want to be scouting ahead?
Yeah,
or
I'm
do we-
gonna scout out a little bit ahead of time.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check. You don't have to make survival checks because he already told you what path to take ahead, so you can just keep on the lookout. And I'll call out to you. As you're all making your way into Yolothus now, it's temperate in this region until after a few hours of making your way across the land. It begins to become sort of a little bit barren. There's drier shrubberies. The trees are thinner, not as much luscious leaves, and just overall just a little bit thinner. And you get to see sort of like sort of badland hills and mountains, but it's not an actual badland terrain. It's just a little bit more drier and slightly just leaner. There's still flowers and stuff, but it's just, I guess it's like a paler comparison to the Empire. It's not as green, it's not as luscious, or it's not as lush. But perception from you, and anyone who wants to make perceptions, feel free. Who is driving the wagon, by the way? I mean, Essential could, but it's up to you guys.
I assumed if it was Essential,
Portia!
driving it.
Portia's gonna, okay. Essential's like, you can. He like gives you like part of the range. Like you can help.
Is that like stirring the cake batter?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my!
Oh God.
So.
Oh my!
It wasn't going to until Elena asked it up front. So I was like, all right, well, fuck it.
Stirring the cake batter.
Nailed it. Fucking nailed it.
So Nick, what'd you get your perception?
I got a 12. I put in the Zoom, but
I see.
I also got a 12.
That's what I told. All right.
16.
16. All right. So, for Nemea and Portia, is there anything that you're trying to sense or keep on the lookout for, or are you just keeping your surroundings?
Just
Well,
keeping the surroundings at the forefront of my
surroundings.
mind, yeah.
Yeah.
For you, I was about to call you Mercer. For you, Zypher, as you're, how far away are you ahead of the wagon?
I'm still within like sight lines.
Right. How far are you though?
I'd say probably I'd probably go like 100 feet out.
All right, 2 bullets. No, I was kidding.
Oh God.
Bullets from the ground.
I'm kind of just looking to see if there's any like anything too far ahead, like any travelers coming up, bandits, something
Sure.
mischievous in the woods.
You
or
don't
on
know
the
much
sides of the road.
much about Lotus, but as you're all making your way through the countryside, you see a lot of Dragonborn troops. You see a lot of outpost sentry towers. You do see villagers, but they're always escorted with some form of a guard or armed Dragonborn.
And
They're
are these,
not
like other raced civilians.
They're mostly Dragonborns. You do see some Vassalborn humans, Vassalborn half elves, Vassalborn halflings. You do see others, but there is a good majority, at least in this area, that are still Dragonborn. And then you see the occasional metallic Dragonborn, which are rare. But as you're continuing on, you can see that the Dragonborns pay you no mind. One, they're armed. And they're surrounded by allies within reasonable distance. They don't give you all any hard looks. They actually, some of them see Essential and they wave, and Essential waves back. Seems that they know Essential, mostly probably because he's passed by here so many times. Essential tells the rest of you that the roads here are usually calm and safe. There's very rarely any highwaymen or bandits due to the fact that the Olothan armies, so big because they never really disbanded after the whole coup and revolution, that they just need them to do something. So they send them to patrol the entire country just because they have nothing else to do. They don't have any other skill sets, or they don't want to work in the mines and factories back at the capital. So it's usually pretty safe. But a place we are heading to is the Bloodwind Pass. And that's when we start getting into the more barren lands of northern Yoloth. It's not cold. It's still pretty temperate. But up in that region is where the landscape sort of shifts and it becomes sort of desolate. And that's due to the fact that this area that we'll enter up in northern Yoloth is heading towards Isatia, and you would notice, Nemea, was where a lot of the battles during the Sun Ring Wars happened between the Titans and gods. So a lot of the terrain has just been devastated. And the Sulimos Waste is like the most perfect example, perfect role model of what a battlefield between Titans and gods and stuff like that would look like. And it's just desolate wasteland. He does say to keep on the lookout. There are some dragons that still roam the areas, but those are the dragons, like the metallics or the chromatics, are obviously need to worry for them. But also keep on the lookout for wasteland dragons. Wasteland dragons can burrow underneath the ground as well at rapid speeds. God damn it.
Gotta love that camera.
I just want to die sometimes.
Sometimes.
In my bed
Man.
and fall asleep. But yes, be on the lookout for wasteland dragons. Like the creatures known as bullets, they can traverse underground at rapid speeds and also fly. So let's not become meals for a wasteland dragon.
Yeah, I'd prefer not to.
I agree.
I mean, you've never been in the stomach of a beast, essential. It's quite cozy.
Also, it stings like a motherfucker.
I can only assume it probably stings like a.
Oh yeah, no, it does. But then you're in the bits, so you can just. Kind of
I try
anywhere.
not to indulge myself in such.
I mean, I guess it's kind of like a facial peel for your entire body.
I am
it's
no
very
longer listening to this conversation.
Yeah, it's exfoliating. It just eats all the dead skin cells off like fish.
Ranger, protect my soul. Ranger, guide me down the road.
Country road.
He's just a missionary, man. He's just a traveling missionary that can
Could be
kill
very
things with an
good for
axe.
your skin. Skin that.
And the winds will protect.
I mean,
me.
you can just like attack anywhere. It's real.
Let's see. As you guys are going, he continues to tell you about the Bloodwind Pass. The outpost or the resting area is near there. It's there for a reason. One, it's hard for any group of enemies or predators. It sort of deters them due to the fact that it's on higher ground and it has like an overlook, so you can see where you're coming from. It's on high ground, which isolates you, as well. But it's near this place called the Bloodwind Pass, where the winds bear up and it's almost impossible to see. And the winds are strong; like they can blow a 200-pound man off his feet to a half giant off his feet at times. And worse is that the wind is also barreling through with thousands of grains of sand. So they can blind you and it can, wreck your skin.
We have a solution for that.
We do not have no, we are not. That is terrible. Terrible.
I mean, back in the deserts of Bros.
I don't think the Raven Queen would approve of such methods. You are.
Portia sits back.
The man's laughing in the back of the wagon.
So
I mean, the deserts in Brosea sound pretty similar.
yeah, the deserts and Brosea are all very similar. The only difference is that there aren't wandering mobs of giants, scorpion folk, bullets,
So
desert dragons.
Well, I'm just saying, like for the
sand krakens, all those things.
Yes.
Sand
I'm just saying
krakens.
more of for the whole high wind
Tremors,
desert
basically.
area.
Purple worms, all those cool stuff.
Purple worms.
Purple worms. There are purple worms out here. So
Yeah.
be on the lookout. Yes. Once we get there, we need to find a spot to. We need to find and get to the retreat quickly, because we don't want to get stuck below where the winds could sweep us up and blind us. That's our first mission, and then once we get through most of the pass, once we find it, then we can wait out the storm if there is a storm and then leave. But I'm hoping that the high road is there, because if they're not at the rendezvous, then it means we have to make a trek into the Bloodwind Pass to look for remnants of them, or if they're still alive. Which I appreciate all of you coming, by the way. This means a lot to me and a lot to my people. So
You know what? We appreciate you.
thank
No
you.
problem.
You
So
are, after all, essential.
essential. That's why I was named. It's like a hollow laugh, though. there's like a sad story behind it, sort of hollow laugh. Like, yeah, I'm called essential because I am essential.
You know what? We should rename you
dear.
to. We should rename you to important, because you are important.
feels the same.
Essentially
I'm a
important.
good friend.
So it's gonna take 2
Essentially
days.
important.
After about 1 day, because you guys probably left us there at midday, around there, just after midday. I'll rest. Then the roads are clear as usual. Like so, you've been passing a lot of people on the roads, a lot of armed guards of the Olothan armies, of the dragon generals. Which arc was here? So long rest. Anyone? We're gonna make camp. You guys want to make camp for the day?
Sure.
Do when we're like setting up camp, do the guards do anything different? Do they like join us for a bit? Do they just like
So
anything?
and you would obviously make your camp like a good distance off the road, but they stick to the roads. You can see that they're very drilled, very organized, and they're very structured. They follow their routes to a T. So they don't really stray away from the roads unless something causes a disturbance, I guess. But no, yeah. I mean, unless you want to make an insight check on these guys, like during the travels, it's up to you.
Not at the moment.
So everyone go ahead and take a long rest. Essential will go ahead and take first watch, and then obviously,
I'm going to set up my tent of luxury.
I was to say you have your tent of luxury. So what does your tent of luxury look like?
It's going to be a gothic look with four miniature gothic pillars and gargoyles on top of them, with chains holding up the tent.
Essential is like in a bedroll. He's just like,
like it's the size of a two person tent. Like it's
Right.
like everything's like miniature.
But it
It's like
has,
its
like-
own citadel.
yeah, it's like a Mordecai's mansion.
Yeah.
But it's a tent. So yeah, Nathalie walks in and Maxine's like making her bed day, and she's like looking over at the tent. She's like, "Do you have one of those?" Never
No,
mind.
I'm inviting Tay in. Like,
Oh,
and Maxine, come darling. Portia, you want to come with me?
Cool.
Maxine's totally going. She is a noble.
Exactly.
She's totally going. She fucking books it. Yeah, if whoever wants to sleep in the tent of luxury, yeah, go ahead.
It holds 8
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, I'm gonna sleep in the
Oh.
tent of luxury.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's
I
gonna be
will-
on? Who's gonna be on watches? By the way,
I will. I
Who's
will
gonna take first. So Kevin, you're gonna take second.
Yeah,
I'll take third.
Wait, I don't sleep.
Yeah, you all. Yeah, you're just in a trance. You just need to just relax and rest. And if you want to change your spells, obviously.
Yeah. I'm okay with the ones that I have, so I can probably keep watch all night. Is that how that works? Because I'm just in a trance.
No, technically you're in a trance, so you're not really perceiving your.
Okay, so it is a restful state. I'm not on all of the time. Okay.
Correct.
Well, I can
Not
still take a watch.
Warforged sentry mode.
I'm not a Warforged sentry. You're right.
But even then, he can't move, or he breaks the.
Yeah, but he's still a warforged.
He can still see shit, which is dope, and hear shit, which is dope,
Yeah.
Right.
which I love. Cool.
As we're bedding down and as we're getting into the tent and everything, I want to get with Nemea real quick.
I'm
Amazing.
going to grab the food that's on the table that magically appears.
Yeah.
Because it conjures food for us.
Yeah,
Good.
remember that short rest does take a ration. Long rest take double.
Okay.
Just for when you are running low on food, but I don't think anyone's running low on food because
No.
Essential has rations as well. So
Essentials essential.
he's getting fed. Yeah, everyone's getting fed unless you want to eat the better food. So
I want to eat the
Yeah.
better food.
I literally
don't
still have
blame you.
30. I still have
Essential does not blame you. He's just like, of course. I understand completely. Crack.
Essential. Darling,
He's-
eat.
No, I'm on watch.
I literally still have 38 rations. I am a-okay as well. Like,
Okay. So Nemea and Pete, go ahead.
darling, you wish to speak with me?
I look around and it's like, oh, from other ears, darling. Not yet.
That's fine. By the way, I have a present for you.
Oh dear.
With
It's
know,
not
all-
required.
with all of this time, you never told me what your birthday is, but happy birthday! And I hand you a pearl of power.
A pearl of power?
Yes.
What is a pearl of power?
While this pearl is on your person, you can use an action to speak its command word to regain one expended spell slot.
So
Ooh.
So now you have 2 pearls of power because you can do that from your staff or whatever too.
I kiss both of your cheeks and I give you a big sisterly hug.
I know the whole costing is not exactly with you being a warlock. It doesn't come with as many slots as
Nemea is
someone
actually
else,
kind of
but
Nemea is actually kind of tearing up because she's never received a present like.
Oh.
Yeah, so birthdays were non-existent where she came from.
You erupted from a chasm of blood and fire.
Negative, Ghost Rider.
well, here is your first birthday present from your best friend Tay.
I kiss both of your cheeks again and I give you another hug.
I'm your best friend, Tay.
My best friends.
Just send me the stats and everything for that.
It's a PH. It's on
Discord.
D&D Beyond.
It is? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a basic PHP.
It's from
item.
the
Okay.
you can find it in like the PHB, I believe,
Mm.
as well.
Yeah. PHP
and
or
it'll be in
DMG.
D&D Beyond.
Yeah. How is everybody else looking on 2-minute slots, by the way?
I'm probably full.
I believe I have one left.
Man. I have one more. slot.
Surprisingly, I have one open. Surprisingly.
Oh, because you just got rid of the Scornheart Best plate.
No, I haven't been wearing that this whole time, and I'm also not using give and take. So, that's why I asked if the Sword of Mind Burning was attunement or not. So it leaves me free to have open one.
I have one. I could have 2 if I take out my Wand of Web. That's it. That's what I got.
I think. Nemea, how are you on attunement slots?
I'm full. Like I'm good.
Okay. Because I am. So there, I also have a Ring of Protection, which I do not have the space for, which I would like to give to somebody in the party.
I do not need it.
More AC.
What does the Ring of Protection grant?
It's a +1 AC and +1 to saving throws, I believe. Yeah.
Yes.
+1 bonus to AC and saving throws while wearing the ring. Requires attunement.
Okay. If nobody else wants it, I'll take it.
I mean, what's your AC?
19.
I have 17.
Okay, go for it then.
Then,
but my
then
22 AC could be 23.
you don't need more. Jesus Christ.
No, I don't. I don't need more. That's why I was being silly. I was like, more AC and more saving.
More.
If
No,
you want
I would give it to Zelf. I would give it to Zypher.
Zelfer.
Zelfer. I don't know. I don't know. I was being silly. You give it to him. He needs it.
If you want to RP it, we can. Otherwise, you have a Ring of Protection now.
Nah, give it to him. He needs it. He needs it.
Go ahead, take it.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna fight on that one. It's like, nah, dude.
I take that back. So, I forgot that Essential has the alarm spell, so he's gonna set up alarm.
Oh, cool. Then yeah, so I'll just go ahead and pass up the magic items and then knock the fuck out.
Yeah, so he'll cast alarm around. He'll make the camp all tidy, closer together.
Oh, I thought we were actually on a map. I was like, what?
No, I'm looking like he's like pulling the wagon closer, his bedroll closer to the tent of luxury.
Essential, if you have the alarm spell, why are you sleeping on a bedroll?
Because I prefer. I'm used to camping outside every day. I just like the ground. I can't really sleep in beds. Not used to it.
I'm just gonna start to drag his bedroll inside to the floor of the tent. You can be inside the tent on the floor.
Are you strong enough to do that?
He's
because he's totally resisting. He's like, I'm good.
I'll just be like, okay. I won't force him.
Okay. Let's see.
Also, by the way, I did make the quick sword of mind burning. I just made it a homebrew item, very rare, and I just made it a +2 short sword because it gives you that +2 bonus. just
And
to
you
make
can
it
just
easier.
add all the stats after. Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't add. I wasn't gonna add like the worry about adding the 1d8. It's just on the notes.
That's fine. Yeah, quick and easy.
Yeah. Just make sure you watch over it, because I know I've lost it with Maxine's bow damage. She gets an extra D4 of acid, and sometimes I forget it because it's in the notes and not in her actual dice roll.
Yeah.
So, you guys will take a long rest. Everything is great. You guys already changed out your spells for the day?
Mhm.
Can't even do that.
Yeah, let me work on my spells real quick. Charm person, fantastic. Yep.
Hey man, you
I'm
secretly you secretly don't know this, but Hunja has this little book that says spell book, written in crayon, and he actually writes spells for the day.
Oh.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love him.
It's adorable.
He's been.
Are you sure it's crayon and not blood?
I mean, he says it's crayon. Plus, he's always wanted to be a wizard when he was a young boy, and then stuff happened.
When I was a young warthog.
But he hasn't given up on his dream to be a wizard. He's waiting for
Multi-class,
that
baby.
white owl.
That white owl.
So okay, everyone wakes up.
I'm changing my spell.
Good, that's fine.
My one spell that I can change a day. I don't think you said we can only change one as warlocks, not all, right?
Yeah, because it's based
just
on the
one.
UA. The
Okay.
UA. I'm pretty sure the UA says
yeah. It says that's what I
not
thought.
all.
But
So yeah.
invocations only during level up.
Yes. Yeah, you cannot change invocations.
Okay, I changed a spell.
Okay. Cool. All right, so we are back on the journey.
On the road again.
On the road again. You out perusing, Zypher?
Oh yeah.
Go ahead and make another perception check if you want. Everyone else, if you want to as well. Other than that, I can let you guys RP for a
Sure.
little bit.
+5.
21.
21? Okay, I'll keep that.
Oh yeah.
27.
I got a 27 minus 20.
This bitch.
Cool.
19 plus 8.
For perception?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Expertise, baby.
Oh, I got a 22.
22. All right.
Hey.
So, from like 100 feet away in a full 100-foot radius, you all can see these to the. You can see each blades of grass within a 100-foot radius. Is how
I'm using
how
my
keen-eyed you're all being right now.
Of keen sight.
Okay,
to
you're
look
seeing
a mile
squirrels having a
away.
great time in a tree.
All I see if they're all seeing all this, all I'm seeing is a rock in front of me, just going nice.
I got a rock.
Nice.
Hey, dude, check out my pet rock. It's a smaller rock.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's another sweltering day today as you continue the last leg of the journey towards the region known as Bloodwind Pass. Nemea, if you wanted to bring it up with Essential about the location of this forest, because it is in Yolathis, you can.
Yeah, I'll bring it up right now and say that I'm trying to find a cleric so I can have Nathalie here healed.
It's unfortunate.
That's unfortunate.
Bye.
Yeah, that's basically that sucks back in the day.
That's tough, bud.
Do you drop the forest name to Essential?
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up my notes now.
I got you. So the forest that you dropped to him is called the Bloodscale Forest. You can go ahead and make an history check actually, because
Ooh, I'm good at those.
You may know about it. If Argos was here, he would know about it.
24, my guy.
Essential also got a 22. So from what you would know, and from both of you know, why am I not saying this? The Bloodskill Forest.
Mike's camera went bye-bye.
I fucking hate everything. I hate everything. Okay. Well, sorry about that, guys. The Blitzkill Forest was a major, I guess, scene in the rebellion when the Dragonborns rebel against the Draconians. It featured this Arak Draconian, a gold Draconian by the name of Latico, the Golden Revenant, who was among the strongest magisters of Tiamat during her reign of the Draconian Collective, along with the Draconian leaders that would subsequently rule over her stead as she somewhat disappeared from history from this world. Because she was never old. She wasn't recorded to be defeated after the war. She just never appeared. But this Latico was one of the top gold magisters for the Draconian Collective. Obviously, at this time, she was on the run, and this is probably where she made her last stand. There were myths of a hidden crypt or a tomb for Latico that would probably have housed her treasure hoard, along with her very rare magical items. One in particular, one that has been sought by many throughout the world, called the Spell-Eating Jar. The Spell-Eating Jar is an artifact of antiquity, a legendary item that can consume a spell of any power level and be thrown back at or destroyed, completely erased. A very powerful artifact, something that Latico used in the heyday. So there have been definitely stories of people trying to look for a hidden tomb of sorts or a hidden crypt of Latico to find this ridiculously powerful artifact known as the Spell-Eating Jar. And that's where Tierra Jared went to search for. She is on the lookout for these magical items, but mostly for, I guess, history and stuff like that. She's a cleric, a scholar, and also an archaeologist.
That's a lot in one.
She's got a career path ahead. She knows
she definitely does.
So yeah, her and her team went there believing that was the case, and you both know that the Bloodskill Forest is more of a cemetery these days. A lot of Draconians and Dragonborns died. Like the forest filled with unmarked graves and tombstones. Not many people go to it just because the fact that it's a battlefield cemetery in a way. You know?
So you're saying I can collect all those souls?
If that crosses Nemea's mind, then yes.
It definitely crosses her mind.
Doesn't cross Essential's mind as he's also talking with you. Like, imagine all the souls we could send to a better place, and you're like, imagine all the souls I could eat and consume for harvesting.
So I can help you with that. I can send them to a great place.
Yeah.
Right by my side.
So that's what you would know, and he would tell you that it's on the way actually. Like we would basically have to diverge away from the Bloodwind Pass, go back around a little bit, which would probably take another day away off. Like it would add another day to this journey to get to the Bloodwind Pass, but it's still technically on the way. You know, it's better than going back again or whatever.
I definitely want to get Nathalie taken care of because she has not been doing well.
She sort of brings the rest of the group. Is like, is that what we want to do then? If poor Nathalie here is in no condition to fight, I would help out her and see if we can find this scholar to heal our comrade.
Oh, sounds good with me.
Is where are we in conjunction to that observatory? Is that near where we're trying to go there?
Ooh, okay, boy. I gotta go back. Okay, yeah, give me a second.
We don't have to address it now, but I just wanted to.
No, it's a good point though, because I don't remember off the top of my head.
And as they're talking about this, we're like, Cypher, can I have my pocket watch back?
Here. I'm way up ahead on my horse.
He's on the riding horse. He's not in the cart with us.
Yeah.
How far ahead?
100 feet.
Cypher, can I please have my pocket watch
get
back?
out of my head.
Cypher.
What?
Can I please have my pocket watch back?
Oh, yeah, sure, whatever. I'm going to leave it on the side of the road for them.
I'll go ahead and pick it up.
Rude.
I'm scouting, my dude.
couldn't have
It's-
just brought.
As you're looking at that info, Mike, it's 8 hours to finish a book, right?
Mhm.
I'm going to spend the next 6 in order to finish off the book I started the other
Yep.
night.
I will give you the information.
Perfect. Thank you.
After the session.
No
Cool.
worries.
Just
Want it in canon so that we know
What
it's
are you
taken
doing?
care of.
Oh, we gotta go back to here. Okay, it's when you talk to
The sage.
the gnome woman.
Let's see if I can find it.
Just trying to remember how far was this one. No. Directions, more deals. Oh. Yeah, right. Yes. Yes. Her name was Methlock,
Yes.
the gnome sage. You're talking about the Loth's Mildus of Zor,
Yes.
correct? I believe that's not near there. Oh, let me see. I'm gonna look right now. Here we go. Old Lace Pass. Okay. Do you ask Essential this? And you ask Essential this or
Yes.
Okay. Essential is going to make. All right. He knows of Old Lace Pass. Old Lace Pass is. Let me see if I can pull up on Discord the map. More central Yolofis. At least that's where the old lace place that old lace pass that he thinks is what you're talking about. Where the here we go. Jeez. Here we go. Okay. So, if you could just load, that'd be awesome. It'd be so cool. All right. Do you have the map out of the continent of Diaz, or no?
I can.
Okay. Gonna post it back in the Discord. I'm gonna pin it to the maps section. There you go.
Map.
So if you pull up the map in Discord, and then you just open original, so you can go in closer and stuff and zoom in. If you do zoom in Lotus, you'll zoom in at the city of Volmal Prem. It's right under the T and H in Lotus. There's a city there.
All right. Vilma Prem. Yep, I see it.
So probably about like a half inch or an inch north of Volma Prim in that little section of mountains is where Old Lace Pass would be.
Okay.
The ruins right there. Boom. That's the remnants of Old Lace Pass. Great battles there.
Okay.
And also some sort of gate of some sorts was there. But regardless, from where you're heading, it'd be about a week's travel by land. The quickest would to take an airship of some sorts from Fragra, or maybe go to you just rather go to Volmaprim. Regardless, you'd have to head towards Volmaprim.
Okay.
He ponders on Old Lace. Interesting place. A lot of people died there from the old war. like old war, like the Sundering Wars. Like it's ancient. It's like a sacred ground. But once again, nothing on the horizon. Until you all start eventually by the end of the day, creep up to this overlook as you're at the edge of this massive sort of cliff and into a valley. Out into this large stretch of valley, you can see it's a very dry, red and light brown, like sand and stone type terrain. You can see these large crags in the distance, and you can see before the night takes hold this large funnel and sort of miasma of sand and wind that gives that blood red color from the sunset. And that's where Central points out that that's where we need to head. That is Blood Wind Pass. It's good to be back on the road. And he's like, yes. Big beast lie there. Can't wait.
So
Materials, huh?
so we took care of Natalie, correct?
What do you mean? No, we have not. Oh, I'm sorry. We were not heading to the boat. We're heading to nothing. So we are diverging a day to head to nothing. I'm sorry. So you
I'm sorry to take
No,
your...
you're right. You're
no,
right.
it's no. I was in character. I was like, I'm sorry, Essential. I know you were excited.
So yeah. Well, Essential was like, well, not really. Regardless, he wants to go find his friends anyways. So you diverge, heading now southeast, back towards the Empire. So it's the same dry, lean wooded areas with some plains. Very droll, very stagnant, gray colors. You eventually get to this little side inn of sorts. It's like a little ranch home with a little open area, and there's a little opening for a bar. You see a couple of dragonborns laying there, or not laying there, but leaning against the posts in the doorway, little arch or window way. It looks like a little like watering hole place. You can see that's a small little like off the road tavern. It's not an inn; it's just a place where you can get a quick drink. You see a lot of dragonborns and other travelers sitting there. Essential pulls in because he wants to get some lunch. Because right now it's about 6 o'clock. Figured grab some food here and then make camp somewhere nearby. He tells you by probably noon tomorrow they'll be at the foot of the Bloodscale Forest, which is a pretty large forest. But figured we make camp here since there's warm food already. Unless, once again, points to the mail if you want to continue eating within your tent. I was going to go get something warm here. So he gets out.
I'll go ahead and join him.
Yeah, what do you guys want to do?
I will go with him. I want to see the...
It's another tavern story that we get to fuck up.
It's not a tavern, and it's not going to be a tavern story. So it's just a watering hole. So there a couple dragonborns. Looks to be a couple between two female blue dragonborns who seems to be running this establishment. Like I said, there's a majority of dragonborns are here. You see some lizard folk. You see some halflings and humans. They're just drinking, having a peaceful time, talking about working. They hate traveling 10 miles a day to get to work and stuff. Sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Would I have ever seen a lizard folk before?
You probably you have if you've been to the Emerald Sickle. If you haven't been to the Emerald Sickle, then
I have not.
Then you have no clue what a lizard folk is. It looks like a skinnier, thinner version of a dragonborn to you.
I'm gonna go. Sit next to these skinny dragonborn folk.
Sure, yeah. There's two of them. You don't know their gender. They both look really big and mean. They have this dark emerald black scales. You can see some paint on them. Looks like war paint, tribal paint. And they got these big old spike clubs and spike shields, and they're having a good time drinking.
That's like, so. Are you like Are you like the Draconians?
Hey, friend, you don't want to say that kind of term around here.
Oh.
Draconians have a bad rep, man.
Oh. Are you a Dragonborn?
No, man, I'm not a Dragonborn. I'm a lizard folk. Do you know?
No.
Is this guy for real?
Yes. Unfortunately.
Well, yep.
Yep.
Tell me of your people.
What?
Tell me of your people.
Why?
I'm curious. I've never seen anything like you before.
Well, we were taken from our homes, from our mothers, from our glorious swamps. No, I'm not going to tell you about my people. You still here?
Yes.
I will be right back.
Go. He's going to continue to drink. There's an uneasiness between you. It's not like a tension. He's just like, this guy's super weird. Super weird. And he's like looking at his friend. His friend's just like, come on, let's get out of here. He's like, I want to finish my drink though. Paid for it. I walk 10 miles a day to get this kind of drink.
I will order them. I will order them each like 2 more drinks.
All right, man. What's your game? What are you trying to do here? Are you
What
one of
about
those? Are you one of those freaks?
What?
Those freaks that come by to these undisclosed, unnamed watering holes, buying random creatures drinks, creatures that are not of their race. Are you that guy?
He's a creep.
What?
He's a creep.
We've been hearing stories along the roads of like individuals who partake in.
You hear hidden from behind a tree. He's trying to fuck.
Yep. Well, they don't even touch the other drinks.
It's time to hit the dusty trail.
We're done here. We're never coming back.
I was just trying to learn of their people.
Awkward is awkward, bud.
Well, you have 2 free ales, by the way. So,
Oh.
or 2 paid ales.
Mm.
I sneak out and start drinking one.
I'll just sit there and just like I'll just hand the other one to Zypher and just be like, well, I was just curious about their people.
I mean, there's better ways to approach it, man.
Well, I mean, I've just being forward and just asking to learn.
Essential like comes up on. Come there. You just don't go up to people and just ask. Tell me about your people. You gotta warm up to them. You gotta be friendly. Be like, hey. Tell me about your people. No, that's not right.
that sounds good.
Tell me about your people.
I'd rather not.
I slide one of the paid for mugs in front of him. Tell me about your people.
I don't do a bribery. I'm not doing that. How dare you?
Such as a tiefling, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to double check.
He gives you a side eye. He's like, this bitch.
I
She definitely knows that we did fucking.
I'm very tempted to grow horns and say, tell me about your people.
This bitch.
I don't do it.
I'm going to sit down
I
at the
definitely debate it.
bar. I'm going to order food.
Okay. What they have available. What is else everyone doing? You guys just drinking, chilling?
I'll go ahead and order food too. Might as well.
I'll pay for everyone's food.
Oh.
Ooh.
I kissed the man on the cheek.
Wow.
You're sweet.
I will not kiss Neme on the cheek, but I will give her a pat on the shoulder from from arm's reach, because
From 6 feet away.
I'm leaning away.
Exactly. It's literally just like a.
Awkward is awkward, darling.
Well, you only seem to want one person. Well, 2 people to touch you. Sorry. I was respecting your boundaries.
As they earned the privilege.
Yes, Your Majesty. And I will bow.
I sit on the man's lap and give a shit-eating grin.
What they have available to eat is a humble pie, green chili stew, grilled snake and macadamia, frogs on skewers, lizard gruel with nut bread, crisped worm skewers and potatoes.
Humble pie.
Humble pies and cost you 3 coppers.
Done.
I will barter for you to make it to 1. No, I'm just kidding. No, I do not say that.
For
For free.
I'm
she just paid for it.
Yeah,
I'm-
no. I was just kidding.
I'll go ahead and do the frog skewers and nut bread.
Okay, cool. Zypher, did you want anything?
No, I mean with the ale, I guess just food.
Yeah. Well, what kind of food? You want some humble pie? Just want a humble pie?
No, I am not humble.
Okay. All right.
In commemoration, I will take the lizard gruel.
Lizard gruel? Cool. Essential will take the crisped worm skewers and potatoes.
Just let me know what the total is.
Good mix of everything.
It's all this is 3 copper each.
Oh, 3 each? Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm assuming Portia would want one, so I'll just hand over 1 silver for everything.
Okay, cool. Yeah. The one of the Dragonborn maids is like, thank you.
And keep the change, darling.
Oh, you're most gracious. Cool. All right, yeah. Did you guys want to do anything, or you guys want to just take a long rest?
Is there anyone in else in the bar that kind of is interesting, for lack of a better term, that just kind of stands out?
Like to have sex with?
No, just
Oh wow, she's moved on real quick.
no. That stands out.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone intriguing, or is it just all
Mm-hmm.
nameless NPCs?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Give me a second.
I got to start building my army, and if I can find another bodyguard, by all means, let's fucking go for it.
All right. Let's see. Roll me a percentile.
Ooh, percentile. There's my. You know what? Let's do both a peaks die. So I don't know how you ruled this as either a 4 or a 40. So I rolled a double 0 on the
Yep.
10 dice.
And a 4.
Yes.
So that's a 4.
Okay, I rolled a 4.
Definitely a 4.
I rolled a 4 and a D100. So we're doing great.
You find a
Level 20
Purple.
bodyguard.
you find a purple
I find a duck.
a duck.
Just a duck.
A very laden duck that shits gold.
Not even like a magical duck. Literally just a duck.
A duck.
I like you, duck.
I like the cut of your jib.
You want to cut a rug with me?
I am now. I am now
you
abducting a
find
duck.
you find a goose, and it just takes your stuff and runs off with it.
Honk.
The
Yeah.
corner in the corner of the outer area, there is a game going on, some sort of roulette game.
Ooh.
Between a few dragonborn, some humans, and some halflings. And at the head of the table is a warforged, smooth skull, adorned in very fine purple and blue robes. And at his side is a beautiful, pale white, sky blue lute. Now I'll drop a picture.
Oh, is it Mobius's cousin?
Oh no. Mobius' cousin was used for parts.
Oof.
Oh.
Shit's rough.
So you see
That's not
a warforged in the corner. So warforged's not playing the lute, but he is running a game of roulette of some sorts. And you do see quite a bit of silver on the table, ales and such.
Da, 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 da. Do I get any magical vibes off this loot?
Go ahead and make an Arcana check at disadvantage.
Disadvantage because I don't know shit about
Yeah.
magic. Yeah. I don't know jack shit about magic. I rolled an 18 plus 2, 20, and then an 8 plus 2, 10.
There's something about the writing, the stylus around and throughout the loots. It's some sort of calligraphy, but it glistens. It glistens. It. There's no light hitting it besides maybe a campfire nearby, but it sort of glistens its own light. Sort of, it's enchanting in a way.
You know what? I'll fuck around and get on this game. Why not?
Sure. You see that the Warforged is at this, large table, not large table, but there's like 5 other players, and he has this really well constructed roulette table that looks foldable, and he's tossing the ball in. It's going around. You see they're making bets. He looks up. He's like, do we have another player? Please sit. He has this really young, high voice, like as if it was like a child was wearing a suit of armor of some sort. But he
He's
has
a
this
hype
young
beast.
voice. Hype beast. Name's Jacob.
Jacob.
Hey. Welcome to the mansion.
He's
Oh my
wearing
God.
supremacy merch.
Oh yeah, he's got stickers on his shirt.
Supreme Rich, Jesus Christ.
It's supremacy. Get it right.
Oh my God. But yeah, I'll go ahead and
I'll sit down if you're in, Fend.
yeah, I sit down.
All right. So, there are now 6 of you. So, sort of like roulettes. You make
I haven't played roulette, so I don't know.
bets based on single numbers, or odds and evens.
Colors.
There are no colors
Oh, okay.
in this game. He didn't have time to paint it.
Bet all on green.
So you can have there's right now
There is no green.
right now there's like 4 choices that I can help you with. So a single number bet, which is like a 3-to-1 return. The player picks one specific number between 1 and 20. If either of the dice rolls the chosen number, I roll 2d20s. If either of the rolls chosen number are 1 and 20, you win. That's
Okay.
3-1 return.
3-1.
Single number specified. So that's a 9-to-1 return. The player picks one specific number between 1 and 20 to be rolled on one specific die. If the chosen die rolls the chosen number, then you win.
And that's a 9-to-1 return.
Yeah.
But I have to choose the die and get the number right. Which,
Correct. Super challenging.
Yeah.
Then there's odd or even, 1-to-1 return. The player picks between even and odd numbers. If both the dice roll to land on the player's choice of odd or even, they win.
I'll go ahead and put. So, is there like a minimum bet at this table?
Yeah, so there's a minimum right now at 2 silvers. Everyone's in. So far.
I'll go ahead and put 10 silvers on the 3-to-1 return. For
What's your specific
19.
Portia's gonna watch.
Sure. For you, Portia, go ahead and make an Arcana check as
All right.
you approach.
What's a 9 get me?
There's a certain familiarity with this individual, which you can sort of assume as a Warforged, with the clanking of the organic materials within its structure, its
Mhm.
body.
Okay.
There's a faint, familiar smell to this Warforged.
Smells like beef.
Smells like someone that you don't want to see ever.
Ooh.
Faint smell is on this Warforged.
See, you can't see because you'll never see it.
How dare you, sir?
So yeah, that's what you get immediately as you approach the table. But you don't remember a Warforged ever being.
No, that's new to me.
So you rolled 3 or so. You're putting on 19, Tom. 19. All
Yeah,
right.
putting on 19, 10 silvers for the 3-to-1 return.
So everyone,
I am gonna keep a close watch on the Warforged and his mannerisms. He's the focus of my attention.
Sure. Yeah.
But I'm going to be looking away from him because I don't need to see him to see him.
Right. For sure. Yeah. Cool. Did you want to go play your loot in the corner or something to make it, or do you want?
Yeah. That's actually a really good idea. I'm going to do that.
Go ahead and make a performance check for me.
Will do.
And then just put the number in the chat, and we'll get to it. All right. So 2d20s. Here we go.
Give me the money.
So as the numbers, as he releases the ball into the tray, it spins, goes round and round. You see it hits a 2, it hits a 17. And then it lands on a 4 and a 14.
Damn.
Okay. Nice try. Would you like to participate in the next round, my lady?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Let's have a little bit of fun.
Sure. You see that all but one halfling and one dragonborn remain, and they each put down. Well, the halfling puts down 2, and he's going to go for one specific number on both die. He's going to go for a 3 on both die. He's feeling a little bit risque. The dragonborn is going to double down and go for the same thing, except it's going to be like 5. Let's say 5, sure. And he puts down 4.
And both of them are putting all of it on 3 for the 9-to-1 return.
Well, one's putting on both are putting on 3 for the 9-to-1 return.
Can I insight check why they're both going for a 9-to-1, like on the one specific number? Or is it just like, are they just feeling like?
If you want to make insight check, go ahead.
Yeah, so like something feels off that like they're putting all that. It's a dirty 20.
That's for my dice, but dirty 20. You get a sense that the Dragonborn has been giving sort of like random looks at the Warforged. The Warforged, you can't tell where he's looking. He has these bright, sort of cerulean blue eyes, powered by some sort of electric magic behind the lens. But the halfling doesn't know what's going on. It's normal. So he's Dragonborn does see sus though. He does see.
I'm gonna keep eyes on the Dragonborn and do the exact same bet. So the 2 silvers on 3 for the 9-to-1 return.
Okay. So, real quick, your passive is 23.
I think so. Yeah, 23.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
The player picks one specific number between 120 to be rolled once you die.
Okay.
So the halfling and the dragonborn and you all see that the die that you all selected is a 3. Roll the 3 and a 20. And the Warforged is like, well. Very good. And he dispenses your winnings. He says, it seems like you guys are breaking the bank. Huh. Shall we play again then? See if I can make some money back.
I'll stick around for a bit.
Sure. The halfling leaves, but the dragonborn stays. Hey, Elena,
Yeah.
could you turn that down just a little bit?
Yes.
Thank you. Was that them?
My fucking Zoom is like cutting in and out like a motherfucker. It's not even funny.
So he's going to make a bet of same thing. He's going to do 9-to-1 single number. He's going to choose 5 on the second dice. And you do see with your passive perception, he makes the same look at the Warforged, but the Warforged's not moving. Doesn't show any emotions.
I'll go risky. I'll put 1 gold piece on the same bet.
One same bet. Okay. You see the numbers roll and they do not match either, and the Dragonborn is upset. He's sort of staring at the Warforged. She was just calmly just like, sorry, friend. Seems you lost. Well, ma'am, it's just you and I. I only need 1 player if you want him to make a little bit more money. As the Dragonborn walks away.
Oh, I'll stick around for a bit. Tell me, friend, what's your story? What's your deal? And I'll go ahead and on the 3-1, I'll put 5 silver on number 4.
Well, 2 14s, unfortunately.
That's fine.
Well, I am a refugee from the Warforged rebellion, I guess they call it here. Though I believe I keep fucking up stream.
Actually, it's been fine. You're fine now.
Thank God. I am a refugee from the little rebellion that the Imperial lapdogs believe to be justified. Sort of on the run, trying to make some money, trying to make my way up to Oglever. Maybe find a court to serve and look for something more than just fighting and serving flesh meats. No offense.
No, none taken. I completely understand.
Real quick, what's your take on Warforged and them being not only sentient creatures, but have the right to live the lives they want without being oppressed and forced to do things that they don't want to? We are living creatures, are we not?
My friend, coming from a background where I have been oppressed all my life, I believe everyone should be free to live their own lives accordingly. And I'll go ahead and set another 5 silver on a 3-1 for number 7. Just to kind of like keep the conversation going and keep him like.
I rolled a 10-5, so unfortunate. So he continues to place the money very evenly. He likes to stack his pieces.
Yeah.
He's very meticulous. Well, I appreciate the gesture. And he sort of pulls out a pamphlet, and he sort of like, if you're ever in Oglever, or if our paths cross again, there is a big event that I will be attending. And well, if you're looking to make some better coin, it seems like you have the money and the get-up. I'm not going to ask what you do for a living, dear, but I see that you can make a living in any possible way. If you're looking for coin and you're an Oglever, and he gives you the brochure, this little pamphlet. It's a pamphlet for the opening of a new extension to the Bokrin Academy, the school for sorcerers and wizards of the Magocracy. Sort of state-trained, state-approved wizards and sorcerers, since the Magocracy is the government.
I will go ahead and do I have like an inside pocket to it, like my tunic or anything, or would I just like throw it in my backpack? Either way, I definitely want to read this when we go for bed, but right now just kind of respect the conversation.
For sure. No. Yeah, you can just slide it real quick into your shirt, and
yeah, it'll just kind of stay in the tunic, and then I'll pull it back out and read it once this whole thing is over.
Sort of looks around, he sees that most people are getting ready to camp or go to sleep. He's like, well, best be on my way. As he closes, it's like a chessboard, like a foldable chessboard. He just closes it and picks it up.
I'm going to hand him 5 more gold pieces and wish him the best on his endeavors.
Tell me, if you don't mind, if we do meet again, what is your name?
Tay Hammer. It's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance.
Tay Hammer. Interesting. My name is Rune. And he gives a bow to you, and as he walks towards the stable, you see him place the same box down on the ground again, and you see him flutter his fingers over the top of the case, and small, intricate sort of gear shifts linked together sort of fall from his fingertips, and they sort of connect to the case, and then they return back into his stone/wooden hands, and the case begins to fold outwards and form this mechanical steed.
Interesting.
Takes up on it, puts his loot in a holster that's for it, and you can also see on his holster is a glowing rifle, a musket, something that you've never seen before, but it's glowing. And as he makes his way out, the mechanical horse goes into this, you can still see his illuminated features of his eyes, his back of his head, parts of his loots, the horse, and then that rifle that he has, this musket.
Can I,
Sure,
before he gets too far away, I want to
Sure.
go out and intercept him.
Sure, like out in the night, like out there.
Yeah.
Sure.
outside.
Do you want to like stealth out there without anyone noticing?
Yeah,
go-
I just want to kind of casually follow him.
Sure. Yeah, he doesn't barrel out with his mechanical horse. He sort of trots away. So you can go ahead and stealth out. If you want to make a stealth check, go ahead and roll one. And I'll use it against other people's passive.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'll definitely be keeping my eyes on this fella. So
That's a 10.
For sure. The Essential's not really looking. I'm assuming everyone else wasn't there regardless, so wouldn't be there. So it'd just be Peak. Peak, you do see Portia leave, and disappear. So you do see her just make her way out.
I'll keep my distance, but I want to just kind of keep my eyes on her to make sure she's okay.
That's fine.
I trust her, but keep eyes just in case.
So
no one
as
left behind.
you sort of sneak around the entire little watering house, Portia, and you see the Warforged sort of trotting away with his mechanical steed. Yeah, you can just sort of walk up to him and stuff like that.
Yeah. Because I'm a sucker for an entrance, I want to Blessing of the Raven Queen teleport in front of him.
Sure. As you describe to me how you teleport in front of this Warforged.
So the way that I've always pictured it is that you kind of know how Nightcrawler has that blue mist when he dances?
Yeah, it's so good. I love that show.
It's really cool. It's kind of like that, but instead of blue mist, it's some kind of wispy black raven feathers.
Oh, nice. Mm-hmm.
And then and then she shows up and there are some raven feathers.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, Itachi Uchiha.
Edgy girl.
Yeah.
Oh, don't even she just did the thing.
So as you appear in this very subtle but prominent dispersal of the Raven Queen's feathers, which is very prominent. A lot of people know what the feathers of the Raven Queen look like. The Warforged stops the large. It has a little large fur tip on top, a little feather, and it just sort of pushes it away and says "Can I help you, madam?"
Tell me,
Yes.
where have you been?
Quite an odd question at this time of night. I'm leaving the watering hole, which you were, I believe, just at. Do I know you?
Before then, where have you been?
I don't like to be interrogated by people I don't know, and for reasons that I am unaware of. So if you will excuse me, he sort of shifts the horse a little bit.
I'm gonna grab the reins of the horse.
Okay, and he's rests his hands on the saddle. I see that you're not going to let me off so easily, and I am not one for confrontation. So, where have I been before? Many places. Anywhere in specific?
Recently.
Recently. Well, I was in Turbach with a friend. And before that, I was out in the Hollow Country for a time. Dreary place. But my presence was needed.
Have you been... Was your friend a Shadow Kai?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't see my friends' faces. No, seriously, do I know you? You seem familiar.
That would be why. I'm trying to figure out how to ask how he sees people. Because I assume it's a similar thing with Warforged that they just can't see
No, they can see.
normally.
No, they can see. Mhm.
Oh,
They actually have sight. So he's like looking down at you with these glowing, sort of bluish, light blue hue.
I don't understand then what you mean by you don't see the faces of your friends.
They're covered. They're masked. I don't see their faces.
Why are they masked?
I don't know. Whatever their little organization is, they like to dress up with masks.
In Turbok.
Not just in Turbok. I met one in Turbok. And I met many more in the Hollow Country, and many more down south in Epsolis. Are you a part of their group?
What organization? Or do I know?
I'm gonna have him make an insight if he's thinking. Are you talking about the group that you're referring to? Because he's also thinking the same thing.
I want to know. No, I'm asking as a player. Does that information make sense to Portia?
Oh no.
Yes.
Okay.
You can. Since you're so paranoid about it, it's on your mind. It's something that's not going to leave you for a while. You can sort of put a link to it.
Okay. I'm gonna pull the reins closer.
It's a heavy horse, by the way. So like
That's okay. It's for effect.
okay. just
I'm just sitting
massive
watching Portia
metallic
fucking
metal.
bully the absolute hell out of
Yeah.
Warforged.
I'm sorry.
Well, that didn't have the intended effect. Stay away from Shadow Kai. I'm gonna let him go, and I'm gonna walk back.
As you're walking back, and he's still facing away, he says, he's still part of them. And he trots away. Glowing in the distance.
I am gonna go back to the watering place.
As you're walking back, and Tay, as you sort of like watch this from
I do stop when he says that, and I think about it for a minute, and then I continue.
Right.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
I did that in my head.
No, you're good because like I was gonna say like when you look up, I was gonna say to as long as with Tay watching the Mooncat's right there looking right at you, as you come back from the information overload, and you see the Mooncat staring right back at you.
I stare at the Mooncat.
Cat shit.
Bye.
Yeah. Okay. I'm assuming everyone wants to take a long rest. Essential will put alarm again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Get my blessing of the Raven Queen back.
Hell yeah. All right. So I was like, I don't know if anything was gonna go down. I was like, oh no.
I was
Oh no, what's gonna happen?
just like
she's gonna blast this fool or something.
I'm like my new Warforged friend is about to die.
This is great.
What's a Shatter Kai? Portia, tell me of your people.
Kevner stumbles and drunk. Portia, tell me about your people.
Here's a whiskey.
Here's a drink.
So
Thank
as
you.
you
Still
all
no.
take
Here's another drink.
your long rest, you all wake refreshed again. So if you need to prepare spells again, go ahead. But yeah, everything's fine, dandy. The water phone is still closed. Doesn't seem to open until like noon, probably. Yeah, Central's wearing, packing, getting ready to go again.
I'm ready
I get
to
up
go.
in the wagon, and I'm gonna help Nathalie with everything that she needs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Cool.
I want to, if I can, at some point, talk to Portia alone.
Yeah, sure. If you want to beforehand, as like break camps being broke, like you guys are breaking camp, breakfast.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be having like a little bit of a Mulan moment with the sun sword.
Sure, you're like on a rock out there, dude.
Yeah, let's get down to business to defeat the fiends.
I see like Hoda's dressed up in like Chinese armor, dude, just like kicking shit. Like,
Yeah, he's got like the feather crest.
yeah, he's got a sword too. Just
no, he's got
It's not on your cow.
Yeah, if you two want, go ahead.
I'm gonna pretend not to notice that somebody's walking up behind me.
So what happened with the Warforged last night? The Warforged that was running the roulette table.
Oh yeah,
So-
did you win?
A terrible way
I'm
to
not
dodge a
asking about
question.
my situation, love. Seemed a little hostile with him. Just curious if everything's all right.
Of course, everything's peachy keen.
I would.
Yeah, I mean,
You don't even need to.
Yeah. Yeah. You know.
Yeah.
Look, you don't need to give me your life story. I'm not going to sit here and ask for every bit of detail, but whatever you need, I've got your back. I'll pat you on the shoulder and then go ahead and help just break up camp.
I'm gonna shrug it off and continue on.
That's fine. Extend the olive branch and be like, "Hey, if you need help, I got you." But
Whatever.
I'm not going to sit here and interrogate.
Still don't fucking touch me. Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. Damn. Okay. So, you continue your journey. Zypher, you don't have to make a perception check because as soon as you reach the crest of a hill after several hours of traveling again, you come across what looks like to be a sea of blood red in the distance. But as the wagon pulls up, essentially tells you that is, if you can not tell, the blood scale forest, and it covers a pretty wide range. It's not a huge forest, but it definitely covers a good few acres in this area. I pull up my notes for this one. Jeez. So, making your way as you approach. Approaching the forest, the demeanor shifts as a gust of wind rolls through, cutting into the woods. As the winds barrel through, it creates the sound of hushed whispers scattered, like dissonant whispers all around you. Peering through the trees, the color of the faded red creates this blood effect that surrounds the forest, and sort of everywhere where light is shining through the canopy creates this weird but interesting blood waterfall effect. It's a little bit unnerving, but your characters can take it how it is. Upon entering this hungering woods, graves, both marked and unmarked, line the faded trails, some in small graveyards, some simply placed in random spots, some with just a pair of sticks to signify that someone or something has been buried there. Pushing deeper, you find more graves, and you begin to get the sense that this forest is one massive cemetery for those that fought in the Draco Rebellion. For you, Portia, this is a place with many lost souls, and when you are traversing the first portion of this forest, you can sense many of them wandering, seeking forgiveness, absolution, repenting, but there are no answers, no calls, and you're tethered to the Raven Queen and her realm, and her oversight is very weak here. As you can sense a very powerful magic in this forest. Something is keeping these dead around. For you, Nemea, it is a buffet of souls.
Legit.
It warms your heart to see so much pickings.
I am getting a chode, to be quite honest.
I don't want to see Nemea ever. No, why?
Why
would you say that?
Fuda. She's a Fuda. That's why they get all. That's why her and Pete get
for
along
you,
so
Kemdir,
well.
the feeling
yes,
of
I see.
restless. For you, Kemdir, the feeling of
Yeah.
restless souls and unmarked graves are all too familiar to you. The dead are watching. It's just another place where a lot of people died, and unfortunately, a lot of spirits still wander. And it's up to Kemdir if he's the person to help that out or not. It's how you want to go about.
Are we
it.
stopped or?
Yeah, you guys can stop right now. You guys are just slowly going through because the trails are faded. It's not perfect, so like you guys are going relatively slow. Not relatively slow, but at a relatively decent pace.
Oh well, I wouldn't want to like stop or anything, but Kemdir is gonna. He wears this. He has like the two capes. One's more fur lined since it's been really warm out. He hasn't been wearing either cape, so they're kind of like wrapped around his waist. But you see him pull out this. It's kind of like a It looks like a leather. It's very poorly made, like a leather. It's almost like a necklace almost. And on the end of it is Peak knows this one all too well because she was carrying it around with her for about a week or so. It's a little circle. It has on one side it has a pentagram and then a flame and then a skull on it, and there's celestial writing on the outside, and then another one on the other side is the picture of like the tattoo that he has on his chest, which most of you, I mean, again, Peak has seen it. But if it's a picture of a wolf and an owl. It's sort of like tribalistic, where the wolf's head's there and the owl is almost like kind of like peeking out of the back of the wolf's skull almost. And then you just see him like bite his finger and then rub his thumb across the pendant, and then you just kind of see it like sort of glow in like normally like when his tattoos go, and then he's sitting out and looking at the sea of people, of graves, and in Celestial he'll say, "To my brothers, to the fallen, I am sorry. But remember that family is forged in blood and bonds are made in blood." And then he'll close his hands over the glowing pendant, sort of like in a prayer pose, as we're just slowly moving through. And then he'll just hold that as you see his tattoos, even the ones on his face and around his chest, just they don't glow like when he's in battle, like a brazen heat, but you just see them like have like a dull hue to them as he's just passing through and commemorating the warriors, or just the people that are just happen to befall in whatever event that happened.
As you cast this sort of effects around you as you're traveling through the woods, many of the Dragonborn spirits wander towards it, and you can see that they feel the warmth that you are bestowing upon them through the effects of Coriel. You are paying homage to them. You understand that they're suffering. You can sense and feel what they're going through. You're no stranger to this kind of feeling, seeing all these lost souls, but you see scattered draconian spirits wander through, and they sort of spit at the oncoming aura of radiance that you're trying to bestow upon these worried souls. So basically, all the Dragonborns are feeling the groove. The Draconians are not. I can just say that it's most likely because you would know as a blood hunter, probably because of Tiamat.
Yeah.
Why the draconian to still have some sort of hold. It's like the after effects of orcs from Warcraft with what's his name? Malron? Not Malron, fucking
Arthas?
no, Arthas, the
No.
fucking pit fiend.
Archimon. No, there's Archimon, then there's
The pit
fucking
fiend. The pit
yeah, I know
lords.
the pit. Yeah, fuck. Okay, now you have to.
Anyways, it's sort of that relationship.
Our WoW guy doesn't know his WoW stuff.
That's what I'm
man.
saying.
Okay. I'll tell you what.
Regardless, though, that's sort of the effects.
Yeah.
And as you're all, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no. As Kemdir knows all too well, he understands, but it's one of those things where he's still trying to press that, blessing onto them.
Can I come at it from the other end of the spectrum and see if I can get those guys to chill out? Does that make sense?
Yeah, you can go ahead and how do you want to? You can go ahead and just like flavor text this to me. You don't have to.
Yeah. So I was. Do I have like my prayer kit and stuff?
Yeah, I definitely don't have a prayer kit or anything like that. This is just all flavor
Yeah.
text.
It was Manaroth.
Manaroth, yes.
Manaroth.
It doesn't matter to me. So I'm gonna
Fucking
my shield chakrams have the emblazonment of the Raven Queen on them, so I'm going to kind of set them forth like this. This is more what I'm picturing in my head is more or less the effect of like ascending from Final Fantasy X.
I see.
Kind of. But just sort of like sit down, show off my holy symbols, and try to channel the will of the Raven Queen out.
Sure. It's what does it look like as it spreads out? Is it just more of the raven wings like
it's kind of like that. It's more of a soft muting of color. It's like everything has like cool. A gray tinge
I like
over
that.
it.
That's really cool. Cool, awesome. In this red glowing forest that you're in, it begins to dim. I'm talking about just color and contrast begins to dim as the saturation is retracted. And the souls of the wandering dragonborns, and there are some vassalborn humans and elves, and they feel this presence come and they're hesitant as a wave, not like a wave, but like as each portions of these restless souls sort of stop in their tracks and just hover, and the draconian ones sort of like they look like they hit a wall as they're just like as when they hit this loss of saturation and color, you can see the after effects of sparks of like the many-headed dragons as like a spectral shield envelops them. Cool. As they maneuver through the now unsaturated color, but they're not like they can't do anything. In all honesty, they are, because as you notice, they sort of stop at a certain distance, and you can sort of peer in the back. There's probably an unmarked grave or a tombstone nearby, so you get the sense, and Kemdir, you do too, that a lot of these people are stuck. These souls are stuck here by some sort of magical means or by some sort of nefarious means. Both of you have obviously different rationales and what is making that so. But for Portia and the Raven Queen, you do get the sense that you have made a more serene, calmer area as you make your path, as you make your way. It's just very unnerving to many of the people. Everyone else, even Essential, who is praying to Arinju under his breath to safeguard these lost souls, even he is unnerved by the amount of souls that are just looking on as bystanders.
Nemea giggles to herself, and I cast a message to Peak, and I say, "Look at these fools try to control souls."
I respond back.
Bro, this
you can't respond back.
My job for hundreds of years.
Like
Not hundreds of years.
I thought with
it doesn't work. No, it doesn't work both ways. It's for my
invocation.
It's his invocation.
Yeah, it's an invocation pretty much.
Awaken Mind.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, I am going to wink at Nemea and then try and commune with the traveler.
Okay. Go ahead and make a percentile. For Zypher, Thrash sort of appears in the back of your mind, just like such a pity. Such a pity. Well, let's get this over with.
Yep.
What'd you roll?
99.
Okay.
Yeah, I went from a 4 on a percentile to a 99.
So, what does it look like when you're trying to commune with the traveler?
Praise the sun like Solaire.
I take out the courtesan's fan blade, and
For the sun.
in dagger form, I draw the same symbol that was engraved on the purple piercer. That's the same, his mark.
Right.
Unfurl the fan blade, lay it on the ground, and then kind of like over exaggerating like the way that like the other three are like communing with their gods. Like my hands are like super extended in the sky, and in my mind I'm like, oh, ye traveler, heed my answer. Like just like
Right.
You're taking them to Southern
Obviously making fun of Kemdir and Portia.
Yeah.
not making fun of, but like just being like, well, maybe if I do this times 1,000, then maybe it'll work for me. Because every time I've tried to commune with the traveler, like it doesn't work for me, and then he just shows up whenever he feels.
So as you focus your traveler energies towards the great traveler beyond, it's really hot in this forest.
Real hot.
It's real hot.
Nemea's laughing out loud.
So a few hours has passed as you guys are going through the forest, by the way.
I look like sock on the cactus juice, wiggle back and forth.
Oh, well, not a few hours. I'll say this: does anyone want to help Essential make a survival check to see? Because he looks back at Nemea and he's like, "So where are we going?"
I can since I am actually in the cart.
Right, but do you know where to go?
I rolled a 1.
That's what I'm asking.
I'm busy.
That's what Essential's asking. Is like, so where are we going?
I rolled a 1.
Okay.
I'll go ahead.
Natural 20.
All right.
Not gonna help.
With
I'm busy.
disadvantage because
I'm
you don't know
working.
where are you going.
Can I
All
just,
I know is we're looking for an expedition within the Buskill Forest.
can I just sit there and look at Nemea and just go, you can do it.
Oh my Jesus!
Oh my Jesus Christ!
You
really need to put some more oomph into these hero points.
I'm gonna look at you blank face.
You need to put some more oomph in these.
It's not his character. He's just very.
Then he shouldn't have this.
Yeah,
I rolled another one. Not gonna do it properly at least.
Fine.
I rolled another 1.
Because it's so out there. 1.
Yeah, I rolled another 1.
I'll go ahead
one
and
knows
help him
where we're
out since I've been traveling on the road for fucking 15 years, and apparently nobody else can do this kind of shit.
But where are you going? Where are you looking for?
We're looking
for like tracks of like carts that have been any information that that Essential gave us that we'd be looking for. I rolled with disadvantage.
Essential's not the one leading this because this is Nemea's.
I'm a city girl.
Oh, because we're going to the church. We're not looking for the caravan right now. Okay.
Yeah.
So then I'll be looking for like previous tracks that have been like heading towards like any type of like basically consistency with any tracks that have been
I got you.
around the area.
What'd you
roll? With disadvantage or just flat?
Just regular.
If we're doing flat 27, if we're flat 27 with disadvantage 18.
Damn. Oh, what's your?
I rolled a 19 and a 10 plus 8 for survival.
You have an 8 survival?
I have expertise in survival because
you took survival because you're a traveler, that's right.
Yes, because I've been doing my shit.
So, you because the wagon's going pretty slow.
I'm a fucking tracker. It's what I do.
You look down and you do manage to find some tracks. But you notice that these tracks there's one track that's very distinct. There's a lot of heavy carts, big dragonborn feats, armor. You see some dragon spear tips. And then you see a few horses here and there. But for the most part, those other ones don't lead. Well, they lead into the forest, but they're leading somewhere else, but you do find that this column they eventually come across in one of the faded roads leads straight into the center of the forest, but it's a column of like soldiers.
But so what information has Nemea given to the party regarding the
We are looking for a dragonborn.
Okay, you should
so
probably
then with that information, then I will be following this column of soldiers that has led towards the center of the forest.
Essential, you tell that to Essential.
Yeah, I say I've like, hey, found the tracks. I'm going this way. Honestly, I have no idea, but this is the best I can do with what the information I was being.
Zephyr, what are you doing since you're on your own horse?
I'm basically just trying to, I guess, ascertain the center of this massive grave.
How far away are you from the party?
I'll stick a bit closer. Just
eyesight?
because it's
Okay.
So probably like 50 feet, maybe.
Sure. What is your? Can you make a survival check for me too?
Sure. Advantage, disadvantage, regular.
Regular.
Okay.
Actually, are you proficient in survival?
Survival? Yes, I am.
Then go ahead and make an advantage.
Cool. $21.
Up ahead, and you guys have been traveling the forest now for about an hour or two. Up ahead, and for everyone else, you can still see the sight of Zypher and his horse. Zypher, you crest over a small hill into a ravine, and on the other side, you can see through the shrubbery several dragonborn soldiers. Like they're armed with halberds, mail armor. There's like 2 or 3 of them. They're all just standing there. It looks like they're sentries of sorts, looking around the nearby area. You see 3 of them in the distance, and you can barely make out maybe smoke through the canopy beyond their location. And the wagon's probably like 60, 70 feet away from you, following you.
I'll hold my hand out to, stop.
Central sees it.
Cool.
Yeah, so he stops the wagon.
And I will ride up to the Dragonborn.
Oh, okay. They're all well, 2 of them are green, the other one's a black one. The black scale dragonborn has chevrons on his armor, like metal chevrons, so it designates that he's an officer.
Yeah.
Do you go to that one or just go to a random one?
I figured they were all standing kind of.
They're sort of spread out. Like I said, they're sort of like guarding a perimeter. So you just ride one?
Yeah, no, I'll go to the black one with the chevrons.
As you're making your way over riding the horse, you see the dragonborns take notice of you, and they sort of look at each other and they pull out their longbows and unfurl. So 3 longbows come at you. I will increase your AC because they're shooting through some dense woods. So none of these are good hits. None of these hit. And yeah, so they unfurl arrows and they look to be reloading again as the black one orders one's like in Draconic. Can you speak Draconic?
I don't believe. Nope.
He says something in Draconic and the far one begins to run back behind them as the other 2 move forward and sort of get into positions to like keep shooting arrows at you.
I will dismount.
Sure.
And I will then cast Pass Without a Trace.
Sure. So as you dismount your horse, are you gonna leave your horse there? Or are you gonna like kick it in the back to like tell it to run away, or what are you doing?
Yeah. I'll spur it to go
sure.
on.
Do you take out your crux bow and stuff, or are you just casting
not
spell?
yet.
Okay. So as you dismount, you tell your horse to get out here, or at least get to your certification. You cast Pass Without Tracing yourself, blurring your image in the foliage, increasing your stealth. And with that, we're going to end it here, and we're going to pick up Sunday with most likely an encounter.
Oh, why do I have to have an encounter? Why can't we have the encounter be a tea party?
I mean have you seen the Mad Hatter's tea party? Like.
Okay, that's way scarier.
Exactly.
All
I'm down.
right. Yeah. All right. Does anyone have anything to say? I mean, Dom said he had something to say at end of stream.
Yeah. While Nemea was doing her spooky voodoo thing with her newfound friend, I now have a new shirt up in my merch store.
Oh, yay.
I've officially made the Remix to Ignition shirts.
Oh my goodness.
So I now,
I have
yes.
to get one now.
So they come in t-shirts, tank tops, mugs, cloths, like a bunch of different types of products, but I now have that design up in the merch store. And that is what I spent a majority of the beginning of the session while Nemea was doing her thing doing. So now I now have that up, ready to go.
Wow. That's intense.
Yeah.
And that's intense, literally. A magnificent tent. All right, guys. Other than that, we don't have any other announcements, but guys, be sure we are ramping down on the art. We have 2 important people left to unveil, and then 1 lame person, and then a surprise. And then our art will be there, and we're still cooperating to see about the other stuff, but we will have merch soon.
Did you just say Ara Ara?
Did you say
Ara
cooperate?
ara. Yeah, I did say cooperate. What, you don't like big words, man? What, you got something against me?
My
I don't
brain
like 2 syllables.
my brain hurt
Uh.
from long word.
But other than that, guys, you will see me most likely Tuesday on our channel, doing the same thing that I always do. Cause I'm a glutton for punishment. We burb farming now.
I need to do that.
Yeah, if you're on the same data center, I'd be like, get in me. But
Yeah, you should transfer to Famfrit,
yeah, no.
because that's where everybody's at.
I have a whole bunch of people. I don't know what you're talking about,
Oh.
girl.
right.
But yeah, no. Other than that, guys, thank you guys for the most important thing, and that is your time. And if you guys could all hold with me, and let's see, I swear I saw Falsham streaming just now.
Dom,
Yeah,
can you
just-
post the link to your Teespring in the
He is not
Twitch chat?
streaming.
Oh, I thought I saw him.
Yeah, he was streaming earlier, but I guess
He's been working on his Halloween comic. I know
Okay.
sometimes he does not do them very
Okay,
too
well,
long,
I guess
but-
that ruins my options. Thanks, Falsham. I'm calling you out. I was gonna raid into you, bud. Now I can't raid into you. So we're actually going to throw this back to Ascension Stories. We're gonna go say hi to Matt since he raided me yesterday. If I could.
Thank you.
Gotcha.
Oh, it's got hyphens in it. That's why I couldn't find it.
Where is it? God dang it. Okay, there we go. All right, guys, we're gonna raid into him. Hold on to your butts and let's go say hi to us. Let's go say hi to Matt, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day. But all right, guys. See you next Sunday. Bye.
Bye.